Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back, and today we are going to be replacing the shift solenoid on this 2005 Dodge Ram 1500. So this happens to be the four-wheel drive model. This is the driver door, by the way. Here is the front driver tire. You slide right under here, just like so, on your creeper, and here is your front drive shaft right here. If you don't have one, if you just have two-wheel drive, this is going to be a lot easier for you, because here is your transmission oil pan. Now there is a clip, a wire clip that is back here that you have to unclip. Let's see if I can get my camera up here. So here's the pan. Keep in mind, this is the driver's side and this is the passenger side and this is the front and that is the back, okay? Don't forget where I'm at. And right up here, there is this clip. So you see right there, there are these red tabs right there. You gotta press them down, and I'm gonna try to get my hand back there, but the problem is drive shaft is in the way. Here's the tabs. You gotta pry them down somehow, and then you gotta like bring down this plastic piece. Yeah, I think it pivots down, and then you can pull this wire clip out. It's a pain. I haven't done it yet, so I'm gonna try it. Here we go. All right, so my arm is in between this, what is this, like a cross member thing, and it's over top of the front drive shaft here, and it is wrapped around to where the screwdriver lands right here on this clip. And since my hand is all the way up there, I can push down on the screwdriver and it should release the clip. Position the head so it's right in the middle, right there. And you're just gonna push down and it's perfect. There you go. Now, you're gonna wanna get your arm up in there and pull the gray thing, or not the gray thing, the tan thing up, maybe down, maybe up. Well, somehow I managed to get it out. So good luck to you guys. It is time to take off the pan. There is a bunch of these 8mm bolts, so get yourself an 8mm socket, and here we go. Well, that's all of them. Should be 15, and that was 15. So now it is time to pry at the gasket to try to get it to come off. What a good idea is to probably put on some ones back here so the whole pan doesn't fall down. So I'm gonna hand thread on a couple. Oh, yeah, all right. Well, there is no saving that one. All right, so after all that, I got the pan off, and now I got to take off that T25 to get off this oil filter. I'm going to be replacing that oil filter, and that oil filter, yeah. Oh, yeah, there it goes, down my sleeve. Amazing, great, yep. Just what I wanted, really. Might as well take this thing off now. Maybe not. I have no doubt that this is gonna get all over me, so you know what, at this point I don't even care. Oh, this is gonna be really bad, isn't it? Time to take off this whole piece of metal right here. There is a 8mm bolt here, 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 here. Yeah, we'll just take them off until it falls off.
Slowly, which these seem to be tighter than the pan was. It stopped carrying. I could have. So I am holding.
All right, man.
Dog sounds. I'll slow it down for the sped.
All right, so I got that whole thing apart. Here's the new part in here. It comes in a bag with fluid already. And I think I'm gonna have to cut it open. Unless it's a Ziploc. That is a heavy duty Ziploc. Oh, and it's inside of another bag, okay. Be careful when you take this down, by the way, because it's really heavy, so, yeah. Here's the new part. I'm gonna line it up how the wire clip goes. So my wire clip is on this side right here. So it goes just like this. Line up the bolts and figure out which bolts are the ones to take out. So it looks like it's 2 on the bottom, 4 up, 3 across. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, right here. And then there's this one, and then all the ones in the middle. So let's go ahead and take it apart that way. It is another T25 size. I'm gonna go ahead and use my impact.
1, 2, so 1, 2, 3. Look at this one. And also, by the way, I'm working on a table saw right now. This is what I'm working on. My workbench. 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. And then all the ones in the middle.
So that should be all of them. You go ahead and count them quick. There's 15 bolts. Once you get that off, then you can take off the shift solenoid. I'm just going to set it in the pan here. And I'm going to set this new one underneath of it. Now there is a plastic clip right here. You're going to want to align that up. I'm going to do that just like this. So it just drops in there like that. And everything just fell into place. So it goes into that slot there. Then flip it over. I'm gonna hold it with my hand and start some of these threads here. If you don't like the way I do it, clearly you have a better way of doing it, so do it your way. But it should work. So if it doesn't work, I'll tell you right now. Oh, I guess since I didn't tell you, then it worked, so fuck off. I really hope I have enough transmission fluid, because that would suck if I didn't. So I'm gonna torque these all down to 50 foot-pounds. Make sure that you always extend your torque wrench. You noob, there is a spring inside of here that will stretch out and won't be accurate. So, all right, so before we put everything back together, I noticed that when I was taking this off, I was having some, it was like a suction thing. So I feel like that there's a gasket that goes on there. So we're gonna go ahead and check if that gasket was left inside, because the new one has a new gasket that I saw. So we're gonna investigate. So wow, it's still dripping. It's been dripping forever. We're gonna go ahead and check here So here is that is the old gasket. Woo! Got it. All right, here we go. I managed to get it out, so woo! Time to install the new filter here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a finger full of transmission fluid and just put it on the O-ring, as if it was like an oil change for your car. Now I'm going to start threading her in, and these aren't very tight. There we go. You do not want to cross thread that. Now, as you see, it's gonna be filling up with fluid right now, just because of how much has been leaking out. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it off and try to tighten it with both hands. After that, that's as tight as it needs. You don't need a wrench for it. Good. Tighten it with both hands here. And that is probably as tight as you'll want it. I'll go one more turn. Actually, I'll do it without any towel. Yep, there we go. That is as tight as I can get it by hand, and that is as tight as you need it. Do not use a wrench. It doesn't need to be that tight. It's stupid. By the way, I cleaned off the gasket surface, kind of. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. Your gasket will, I mean, it's not going to leak because of a little RTV. But if you want to, I would recommend cleaning it completely clean. But if you don't, it's not the end of the world. Also, I did it to the pan, and then I added some gasket glue, just a couple dabs on each little screw hole, and I put it on the pan, so when I put it up there, it's not going to move on me. I don't know where I got the gasket glue. I found it. It said it's glue safe for gaskets, and it doesn't actually really harden. It's more like an RTV style. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the solenoid now, or the valve body with the solenoid. That's what it's called, the valve body. Here we go. So I'm gonna put it up both hands. So I see it in place. Tighten them all to 105 inch-pounds. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
Time to put on that other filter thing. Make sure you put on that gasket. Make sure it seats all the way on, which it's probably not going to at first. So you're gonna want to put in that Torx bit, slightly threaded. I'm gonna use my impact. It doesn't have to be brutally tight. That's good enough. Now I'm gonna try to seat that gasket. Do not beat on this. You don't need to do that. Just take a screwdriver. Just make sure it's seated all the way. A couple more taps. And she is seated all the way. Now it's time to put on the whole pan, I guess. I mean, that's tight, that's seated. Got the gasket on the pan. Got the bolts ready. I guess it's time to get her done. Now you don't want to over tighten this one. Doesn't need to be that tight. Look how easy that was because of the gasket glue I put on there. Do not use RTV on this. If you do, it'll work, but don't get it in the shift solenoid. So good luck. See, there's some on the screw. I don't want that. because that just makes it harder for the next guy. There probably won't be a next guy after this one. After this truck, it's just gonna be me. 209,000 miles. I'm going to tighten all of these with this. I'm going to start with the bolt that is closest to the engine and drive shaft. That is as much as I want to tighten it. These is really easy to over tighten these. So I tighten them all with a thumb ratchet, and I do a quarter turn after that. Okay, that's good enough for the girls I go out with. I mean, what? The funny thing is if there's a leak, I would have no idea because there is so much transmission fluid all over this ground. Wipe this guy off. Now, I thought I was done, but I still have to plug in the clip. I'm gonna go ahead and plug that clip in since you guys already hopefully know how to do it. All right, so what we're gonna need for this is a funnel, some ATF +4 automatic transmission fluid I got from Mopar. You pop your hood, whatever. Your transmission dipstick is right here. If you're not sure, it should say trans. I wish it said tranny, but you know, you don't always get what you want. Go ahead and clean her off. There's absolutely nothing on that stick, so I don't know why I'm cleaning it off. I just poked my body panel with transmission fluid. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick her in like that because you fill up the tranny fluid, I guess, by the dipstick hole. I never knew that until today, but it's the fact. Well, turns out 5 liters is 5.28 quarts. Did not know that. I had to ask Siri. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it the wrong way. Okay. And reinsert the dipstick. So while that warms up, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all my tools, and then I will put my foot on the brake, shift it through the gears a few times, maybe drive around a bit, and then check the fluid and add accordingly. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower now because I have transmission fluid in my hair. I will see you in the next one.